Tonight we see two teams with a lot of upside and still realizing what they can do, where their season can go.
It's a look into the future of the league, Kevin, and you gotta love it. It's always exciting to watch the young players develop.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Chandler and Embiid are together down low. Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2, and it's Butler in at the small forward. It's blocked. Covington with it. Here's Gibson. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Passes it to Towns. Over Butler. Towns, no luck.
The defense is doing just enough to bother him on the jump.
Pass to Redick. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. You know, see, Webb, J.J. Redick has just continued to age well. He's a fantastic player now into his 30s.
Well, Redick keeps adding to his game, but the shooting never changes. He's shot well over 40 from deep for his career. Redick is a player who doesn't rely on his burst or his first step to score. I mean, he can keep playing like this for a long time.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Redick. And J.J. Redick, a longtime vet in the NBA, but still plays with a lot of energy.
And Redick said he feels like he's been revitalized in the last few seasons with his change of scenery, playing with more joy, and has always been explosive off the ball in his efforts to get open. You can see when he's on the floor, the whole offense seems to pick up their energy.
And he makes both free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Teague surveying the D, and J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Towns. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Wiggins against Redick. 5 to shoot. Shot on the wing. Misses off the left iron. Outside Butler. Back to Simmons. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
That's just the sheer strength of Simmons. You want to try to tie him down? He's going to fight hard for every bucket.
You know, you watch Ben Simmons play, and it isn't a surprise, Chris, that he's a threat to go off for a triple-double every time he suits up.
Well, Simmons is going to have a lot of triple-doubles in his career. Great size and a knack for the ball when it comes to rebounding.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Simmons. And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
Now, here's Covington. Over Butler. Goes back up, and it's in there.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Towns. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often. Hey, look, that's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
Redick against Wiggins, and stolen by Butler. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. And the pass to Redick. Kicks it to Embiid. Simmons against Teague. Teague on the double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And Minnesota has possession. Timberwolves trail by 3. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. But they get it back.
And the reach of Simmons, I mean, coming into play on these blocks, you got to be careful shooting around this guy. And his touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
The dish to Redick. Back to Simmons. Towns with the steal. To the paint. It's deflected. Chandler with the steal. Down low. Here's Butler. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And Butler has really bulked up since coming into the league. You see his strength on tough shots with the contact.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year. And as we have a moment now, let's take a look at the three-pointer to two-pointer shot ratio here in the postseason for Philadelphia. Timberwolves trail by 3. Now we'll go to our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. I had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown.
Thanks, Kevin. He talked about the challenge tonight defensively and going up against a team that can really execute. He said those guys make the most of every possession. They cut to the basket, move the ball well. We have to make them take difficult, contested shots to give ourselves the best chance to win. We know how hard that is to accomplish, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, Dave, guys, how hard a job is it going to be to keep this team's shooting percentage down?
It's going to be very difficult. I mean, they move the ball well. They've got players who can go off if the defense isn't solid through and through.
It's also going to be about rebounding, hitting the defensive boards hard and limiting them to one shot. But you got to finish it off.
And Teague's got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a three-point game. Here's Towns. He nails it, and we're tied up. Towns has got 11.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
Now, here's Butler. A 38-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
Not to mention his defense. I mean, he was a terror. He came away with 3 steals and caused a whole lot of headaches.
Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. Covington with the steal. Lets it fly. Butler, no good. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. To the inside, Wiggins. That puts them in the lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
We'll see, Webb, there were a ton of huge personalities on this 76ers team, from the stars right on down to the rotation players.
Well, it starts with the Embiid. You know, he's talking junk out there. And think about the quiet swagger that Simmons plays with. This group genuinely get along, and they play for each other. The trials they went through to get here as a core, they should have all the confidence in the world.
Shot clock at 3. Tries it from 9. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Minnesota making some changes. Saric comes in for Taj Gibson. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Jeff Teague. The 76ers also with a sub. Mike Muscala is checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Simmons kicks to Butler. Fires from 14. Rebound by Rose. Minnesota in the lead. from downtown. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And that's a shot you almost have to concede to Rose. You can't stop everything, and protecting the rim has got to come first.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Now it's the first game of the regular season. Chris, talk about what you expect to see this year in the league overall, the feel you think you're going to get.
Well, I think there's going to be two sides. It's a copycat league, so you're going to see some teams that are going to try to speed up the play. You're going to see some teams that try to increase three-pointers and decrease their mid-range jumpers. And then reality will set in, and then they'll have to kind of get back to playing regular basketball. And for some teams, it's just straight development. How can you develop your young players and get them along with maybe some veterans who are going to be transitioning out in the middle of the year? So right now for coaches, GMs, presidents, there's a lot of optimism, but there's also a lot of prodding and self-examination to see where they will be a year from now, as opposed to putting all their eggs in this season.
And now a chance to look at Jimmy Butler. Great showing for him last season. He averaged 22 points a game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Poked away. Muscala finds Simmons. Back to Muscala. Outside Butler. Just 5 on the clock. And it's off the back rim, no good.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. That sends Robert Covington to the free throw line. It's on Jimmy Butler. The Timberwolves shooting their first foul shot of the game. And the 76ers making a change here.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
Now, here's McConnell. He had 10 points in the win against the Pistons in Detroit. Butler kicks to Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Embiid's got his first bucket in this one.
Shots like this demonstrate why people are excited about Embiid. I mean, he has no fear catching this shot.
Towns against Embiid. Towns, no luck.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and then throws the shot off.
Outside Butler. Back to McConnell. This is to Muscala. Over Rose. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
I like what he was trying to do. Shaking the D with the fadeaway. Tough look, though.
He kicks it to Šarić. With the floater. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Butler deciding where to go with it. Shamet. And a miss there on the triple. Minnesota leading by 6. Inside. Pass to Covington. Passes it to Towns. A second chance effort. And Embiid with the block.
A stalwart on the defensive end. Embiid is superb at making his presence felt with blocks like that.
Jacks up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Timeout, timeout.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let him have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Well, with Embiid, the only thing that is going to slow him down, or has slowed him down so far, C-Webb, is injuries.
know, people forget that Embiid would have been the top pick in this draft if he was fully healthy. I mean, too often do great big men have their careers derailed because of injuries. Embiid, though, I think Embiid has overcome his rough patch of health. I mean, I think he's going to be a monster as long as he stays on the floor.
Now here's Rose. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Not to mention his defense. I mean, he was a terror. He came away with 3 steals and caused a whole lot of headaches.
Pass to Korkmaz. Down low. Here's Embiid. And the rejection by Jang. Now here's Covington. He dishes it to Saric. Covington kicks to Saric. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And the pass to Muscala. Takes a 3. Rebound by Jang. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for Minnesota. Leading by 5. Saric passes to Rose. Trying to get open is Jang. And the basket by Rose. Rose has got 5 now.
Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
McConnell kicks to Muscala. Here's Korkmaz, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Now here's Rose. Defense is right there. It's stolen by Muscala. And now the 76ers on the break. Pass to Embiid. And the rejection by Jang. Saric attacking. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. The 76ers trail by 6. McConnell kicks to Embiid. Over Jang. Embiid, no good. Minnesota's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Rose gets a wide open look. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Knocked loose. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Rose. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And you gotta love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there, and I think it really does elevate his teammates.
And the first one drops. Rose hits them both. The tray gets the 3-pointer to fall. He has 6. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind off everything.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Timberwolves, what do you guys think?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Well, it does a couple of things. It gives you more opportunities, but it also sets a tone. They're the more physical, the more dominant team right now.
They've got Gorgie Dang. Jones is out there with Rose. Then there's Saric. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Here's Korkmaz. Shamet. Again, Philadelphia.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Minnesota in the lead. Right side, Rose. He feeds it to Saric. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Pistons. A shot by McConnell, no good. Timberwolves have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Goes up on the wing, and he gets the bucket. Rose has got 9.
And Rose continuing to hone that jump shot. That's where he can take his game to the next level.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Shamet, he's covered by Rose. It's stolen by Rose. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Snatched away. Pass to Korkmaz. Here's McConnell. Shamet, he's covered by Rose. Shamet, 6 on the shot clock, makes it off the glass. 10 points for him.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Rose kicks to Saric. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
And nothing else you really can do on defense. Saric is skilled at nailing these contested jimmies.
Now, here's McConnell, defended by Jones. Johnson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Jones looking for an opening. Tipped away. Johnson against Jang. Here's Jones. It's hauled in by the 76ers. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Korkmaz. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Jones drives in. Trying to get open is Jang. Tries again. Rebound by Johnson.
I think a kick out is the better option there. Defense had the rim on lockdown.
Here's Korkmaz. Kicks it to Muscala. Johnson outside. Out to the right wing. And now Rose running the floor all by himself. Buries it down low. Rose has got 11 points.
And this is what Rose brings to the table. When he gets out in the open court, he doesn't take his foot off that pedal.
Timeout called the 76ers. You know, C-Web, we're seeing the game evolve. So often the players are the trailblazers, and I'm sure there are guys that you think are changing the game the most.
How many times can you say we've seen something that we've never seen before?
Right.
And to be honest with about that. And Steph Curry, we've never seen that before. He's weaponized the three-pointer more than anyone before, and he's broken his own records. And the great part about it, he plays so balanced. And then you have to look at his teammate. I think at the end of his career, his teammate, Kevin Durant, may be the best offensive player that's entered the NBA. He has that type of skill set because of his height, because of his shooting, his passing and dribbling, and he plays on a team with some willing passers, and he's a 7-footer. So I get excited when I think about those guys. And then again, the ball handling of Kyrie Irving, I think that is changing the game, along with Harden and being able to draw the fouls that he draws as well on that fast break.
Good examples. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks. Now, Towns. After Jimmy Butler missed from long range. Over Johnson, and Towns the bucket on the assist by Rose. And it's a 5-point Timberwolves lead for Philadelphia. They've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. To the inside, Towns with the steal. Pass to Rose, uncovered. Rebound by the 76ers.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
And that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Now, here's Redick. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Detroit.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. He also did a great job at creating for his teammates. So many assists tonight.
To the middle. And it's Towns missing.
Aggressive move to the bucket, and the D is ready for it.
To the inside, Butler. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
It was a tough first quarter for him, but it's been a different story here in the second.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
Teague's checked in for Jones.
One shot.
One drops. He ties it up. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
In the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
Here's Redick following the score by Derrick Rose. Feeds it to Johnson. The shot by Butler, nobody around. The 76ers again can't hit it. Wiggins dishes to Gibson. Outside Teague. Now Rose. He's got 13. He kicks to Gibson. Chandler with the block. Over Gibson. Chandler, no good.
Not easy to miss a clean look inside like that, but he manages to do it.
To the paint. No good from Gibson.
I'm not sure if the D bothered him or if he just lost concentration on that one, but that's a layup he should convert.
Here's Rose, and the dunk by Rose.
And one great play leads to another with Teague. His fast hands and fast feet, making things happen.
Simmons finds Redick, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Timberwolves. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Ball's knocked loose. And here's Covington. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. Teague against Simmons. And there's the pass to Wiggins. Clock at 4. The high post shot. Redick with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 4. The shot by Chandler, wide open. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Oh, man, you better appreciate the unselfishness. When Redick sees an open teammate, as great of a shooter as he is, he's fast at getting him the ball.
Now here's Towns. He's got 13. Here's Wiggins. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Minnesota shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. Free throw good. Wiggins. Last season, they were trying to speed up the game, C-Web. Teams were given fewer timeouts. Do you think they achieved that goal?
Well, yeah, the new rules, 18 to 14 total timeouts. No more 20-second timeouts. All quarters have 2 mandatories. I think it does help speed up. And these are the greatest coaches in the world. They can adjust. They just need to know what the rules are. And I love the fast pace, the fast pitch count. Let's make sure that we keep the game in a way that fans love it, and we're not leaving any time out there on the floor. I think the coaches have made a great adjustment to it. And look, play on the East Coast is always going to be a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical than the West. But I tell you what, it seems like it's speeded up the game on both sides, and that's something great for us fans.
Well said. And he makes the first.
You know, well, it's clear Simmons is a unique player. I mean, 6'10", a guard, can pass the ball, move the ball, great vision. It's a no-brainer that he's been compared to Magic Johnson and LeBron.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Well, think back to when Ben Simmons was first drafted as the top pick in 2016. Everyone knew he could be a playmaker as a small forward. But really, he functions fully as a point guard when he's out on the floor.
Now here's Simmons, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Pass to Teague. Outside Gibson. Passes it to Towns. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries. And Chris, Simmons, a player that almost transcends the traditional basketball position.
Well, he's a playmaker, plain and simple. He has the height and vision and skill to line up anywhere. Simmons, he could be viewed as a generational talent when it's all said and done.
Wiggins kicks to Teague. Towns, high post. Rebound by the 76ers.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
Pass to Redick. Simmons on the wing. Teague covering. Teague against Simmons. Over Teague. They get it again. Here's Embiid. Makes it off the glass.
Oh, how about the length of Embiid? I mean, it's tough to deal with. Outstanding, using it to gobble up offensive rebounds.
Now the pass to Towns. Over Redick. Another miss by Towns. And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. Trailing by 4. And Redick kicks to Simmons. Back to Redick. Pass to Embiid. Poked loose. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on J.J. Redick. The Timberwolves have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Free throw good. Wiggins.
And think about, Kevin, this talented 76ers team. Coach Brown helped shape and form the core of this roster. I mean, he's come up with the group much as they have grown under him.
And both free throws good for Wiggins. And with Brown, he has the trust of the players because they have gone through the same trying times.
And let's not undervalue what stability is meant for this group. Having a coach like Coach Brown, who has been through the ups and downs with the Sixers, it makes players play that much harder for him.
Teague against Simmons. Teague kicks to Towns. Clock at 6. Tries from 16, and the shot is good. Towns has got 6 here in this quarter.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Oh, come on. He's fluid from that medium range. He gets everything working together.
And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to 4 points. The basket there from Simmons. The Timberwolves shooting just 39% in the second quarter. Pass to Towns. Trying to get open is Gibson. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 19 points.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
Simmons against T. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Fader on the way. That one, no good. And that does it for the first half of play. Timberwolves lead by 6. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Jeff, you guys had a great first half. Is the key to the second half to continue to be that aggressive?
Yeah, we got to play defense. They're a really good team. They're going to play hard. They're real physical. We just got to come out and keep guarding.
Jeff, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He ended up with 19 points, 5 steals, and 9 rebounds. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, we knew Big Cat had all the tools to be a star, and now we're seeing the maturity. It's sometimes hard for one-and-dones to come in and be consistent from possession to possession. But now that he's had some time under his belt, he's able to maintain his focus and play up to his potential over long stretches. I love that about him, Ernie.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side, guys making good cuts. It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
So important to have someone out there creating second chance opportunities. He took care of those duties in the first half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2. Chandler and Embiid are together down low. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. That's good from Simmons. Wiggins with it. Outside Teague. From 15 feet away. And it's Towns missing.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You can't be too physical with Covington. He's tough. He's athletic, and he knows how to force the issue.
For Minnesota, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's
Shooting
something
2.
you'll be happy with.
Free throw drops for Covington. And both free throws good for Covington. Here's Simmons. To the middle. Here's Embiid. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Covington passes to Wiggins. Count that one. Wiggins has got 9 points.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
Yeah, they'd love to get a bunch more of those in this half.
Simmons against Teague. Can he keep it going? Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Here's Butler. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Covington dishes to Wiggins. Towns kicks to Teague. Back to Towns. That one drops for him. Towns has got 21 in the game. The 76ers trail by 9. Simmons the bounce pass. And stolen by Wiggins. Fades. The kick out to Teague. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Gibson. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Redick against Wiggins. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. 11 points in the game.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Beyond the arc. No good that time. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Redick for 3. They get it back.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Teague finds Wiggins. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on J.J. Redick. For Minnesota, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he can't get the first one. Minnesota making some changes. Saric has checked in for Gibson. And it's Rose in for Teague. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Chris, coach turnover happens a lot in the NBA. And there are some people that feel that, teams are too quick to make a change. What do you think?
Every situation is different. Sometimes an obvious change is needed, but sometimes it feels more like desperation. Think about it. The best franchises typically have stability, and fans aren't stupid. They know when their team is just trying to throw a worm out there to catch and to see who they can get, or if they're using the past coach as a scapegoat, trying to redirect the emotions of the fans to direct them to cheer for their team further on. But a lot of times, I tell you this, though, coaches getting fired because the players don't execute and follow through. A lot of times it's not the coach's fault, but usually they have to take the fall, and that's what being the leader is all about. And unfortunately for the coaches, there is quick turnover, but hopefully they can land back on their feet at a new place with another job, with a team that'll listen and let them set the culture.
Good insight. Here's Butler after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. 6 to shoot, to the paint. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
It's easy to admire Embiid. I mean, the game seems to come so easy to the big fella, especially when it comes to dunking.
Rose kicks to Saric, pass to Wiggins. Trying to find Towns, gets it to him.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, I agree. Anytime you crack the 20 mark in rebounds, it's a special night.
Now, here's Butler. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, puts it up from 15, off the left rim and out.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
That's tipped. Rose scanning the floor. Kicks to Towns. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists now in this one. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. The dish to Butler. Simmons on the wing. Chandler outside. Sinks the triple. Chandler's got 5 now.
You can't leave anyone uncovered around Simmons. I mean, he's fantastic at seeing when one of his guys is open.
Rose kicks to Saric. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. On the wing, Wiggins. Over Butler. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Chandler's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
Moment here now for an injury report. Let's find out the news on Robert Covington. David, what's the update there?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with Minnesota's head athletic trainer, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. We're well into this season, and that is the last thing this team needed. And that's going to make things much harder for them down the road. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him.
It might be the most difficult shot in basketball, the hook shot.
The Timberwolves have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Simmons against Rose. Towns down low. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. So both teams changing it up here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
Back to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. For Minnesota, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. To the middle, deflects the pass, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Simmons.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Jones, the pass to Rose. Right wing, shot clock at 3. Here's Wiggins.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
The Timberwolves again can't hit. Shamet. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Rose. The 76ers have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Minnesota shooting right around 46% from the floor in the third quarter. Now here's Rose, guarded closely. And Jones has it in the corner. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Now here's Johnson. The 3 ball. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They've led by as many as 11 points. Outside, Towns. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Now, here's McConnell, defended by Jones. McConnell scanning the floor. Johnson in the corner. Now, here's McConnell, covered by Wiggins. Wiggins with the block, but he gets it back. The 76ers with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 5 from 20 feet out. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
Yeah, and it goes beyond the small lead that they built. They really captured the momentum.
Now, here's McConnell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Johnson. They need this. That one drops for him.
Oh, the combination of athleticism and just the touch Johnson has. I mean, able to finish even under duress.
Now, here's Rose. He's got 15. Higgins outside. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 6 assists in the game. Here's McConnell. Johnson outside. The pass to Korkmaz. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Now here's Jones. He's covered by McConnell. Jones finds Rose. 1:33 left here in the third quarter. Outside, Jones. Misses off the right iron. The 76ers trail by 8. Pass to McConnell. Shamet, defended by Jones. Shamet trying to get open as Johnson. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. Minnesota leading by 6. Outside Rose. Here's Towns. 2 points. That one goes. Towns has got 14 points now in the second half.
And this is a different ball game without his scoring. He's been Mr. Reliable at the offensive end.
McConnell kicks to Johnson. Tipped away and stolen by Wiggins. Out to the right wing. A good look from Rose. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Rose has got 17 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Muscala, the pass to McConnell. Shamet, he's covered by Rose. Johnson in the corner, and Gorgui Dieng is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. "16 seconds left to play here in the third. It's stolen by Jones. He kicks it to Rose. With 1 on the clock, offline. And so it's Minnesota going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll return shortly. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Timberwolves leading by 10. Teague out there with Rose. Then it's Gorgui Dieng. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Gibson in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Now here's Dieng. Shot clock at 6. High arcing shot. Johnson with the block.
Oh, the rim protection from Johnson. One more thing that makes him special.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Muscala finds Johnson. Gibson with the steal. Left side Rose. Right side Teague. Over McConnell. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Well, their goal was to limit their turnovers. I mean, they've wasted way too many possessions with giveaways.
Sharch has checked in for Gorgui Dieng. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
The 76ers trail by 16. Inside. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Outside Rose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Rose has got 23.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Simmons kicks to Korkmaz. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That will be foul number 5 on him. Some changes for Philadelphia. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Mike Muscala, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Korkmaz. It's stolen by Sharch. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Passes to Covington. Back to Sharch. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. Gibson. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Simmons on the wing. Teague covering. And Simmons kicks to Redick. Embiid the pass to Simmons. And there's the call on Dario Saric. That's his first foul. Simmons against Teague. Simmons finds Embiid. It's stolen by Saric.
And you saw him gauging that pass there. He knew they were coming inside with it and got in position for the steal.
There's no reason you should leave someone open around Sark. I mean, that's just asking for trouble.
Now here's Simmons. Compared to when you were playing C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, do you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. There's a lot more emphasis on mobility, especially at the defensive end. And I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I've played with some great defenders, the Ben Wallaces, the Davis boys there in Indiana, but those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't score on the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with the total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be encompassed, or there's a way to make sure to highlight you with the mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like that. 6 to shoot. Covington inside the line. Chandler with the defensive effort. The 76ers trail by 20. Butler kicks to Embiid. Rose against Redick. For the 3. Some solid defense from Saric. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on a 14-4 run. Chandler with the rebound. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for Philadelphia. Down low. Off target at the rim. Teague against Simmons. Teague kicks to Covington. Not too long ago, C-Web, triple-doubles were widely celebrated. Now you see much more of them all over the league. What's been the change there, do you think?
I think the change has been the style of play and the removal of the big man. Being that there are no longer a slew of 7-footers in there rebounding, guards can come in there and do some amazing things in rebounding. And I'm amazed with Westbrook coming in and rebounding over the 7-footers. You also have better spacing, and so if I'm a one-on-one player, I get past my guy. I can trust it that if I throw it to a wide-open shooter now, because of the way that we've drawn the defenses in, there may be a few more open looks. And so I still respect it. I still respect the energy, the focus, the fact that you have to be all over the floor to do it. But, you know, besides the fact that there's longer threes taken, or besides the fact that there's more small lineups, I still think it's a feat to be respected, even though we're seeing an increase in them now.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's Simmons. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
They double him with Saric. Left side, Butler. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Pass to Saric. Dishes to Rose. To the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. Okogie. No good off the back of the rim.
This has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Now Butler. Now the pass to Redick. For 3. Another miss by Philadelphia. Minnesota leading by 22. Outside Rose. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's. Chandler down low. Gibson on him. The kick outside to Butler. Embiid inside. Covered by Saric. Count that bucket.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure where this guy was in the first half.
Redick against Rose. Pass to Gibson. Over Chandler. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Rose. Rose has got his 7th assist in the game. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. And Simmons kicks to Redick. You know, the NBA has cracked down on flopping. It's still part of the game, but C-Webb, would you agree that progress has been made in that area?
Yeah, I think so, and I like to blame a lot of European players for bringing that over, along with soccer. Soccer with the flopping and that, and we've kind of taken away. And I know a little bit about flopping. We had some floppers on my Sacramento team, and so flopping is frustrating. You don't want to see that. You want to see guys earn it. This isn't soccer or football, and so I think the league has done a very good job, whether it was trying to find guys early or just embarrass you and say, hey, you're Shaqtin' a fool. Get up right now. No one touched you. Why did you flop? Or act like you were hit and move 10 feet back on the side. Right. I hate flopping. But then again, you must embellish. You must be a good actor. You've got to put the referees in a tough position to make a good call. How do you find that balance? And I think the NBA has done a good job of making sure that it isn't encouraged and isn't rewarded.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl-Anthony Towns.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up, and that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Now here's Rose. Chris, we hear the word switchability, popular term used these days. Talk about the importance of having guys who can defend multiple positions.
It's so important because it allows for the flexibility with your matchups. You can avoid being forced into mismatches. So you definitely need players like that. However, Kev, I think that the NBA has gone switchability crazy. You shouldn't switch everything. Switching on defense should only be if the coach wants to take a player out the game or if it's just needed at the last second. Usually communication is the key because there are no new plays under the sun. You see the play coming and developing it, and if you can communicate, that's usually when you don't need to switch. I think coaches have lost trust in players' willingness to communicate, and switching has become kind of a lesser of two evils, I guess you could say. And I hope we get away from as much switching as we do because it puts guys in totally wrong positions. And if you have a smart offensive player, he'll pass his way out of that right to the guy with the mismatch.
Your take is real interesting. And Philadelphia has possession after the three-pointer from Karl Anthony Towns to the right side. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Shamet off the mark there with the three-point shot.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Left side Rose. And stolen by McConnell. And now Philadelphia on the break. Shamet. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Last year, the NBA moved the trade deadline to before the All-Star break, C-Web. Did you like that decision?
It caused teams to make trade decisions much sooner, and I like that. But I don't like the fact that maybe if, let's say, I'm a fan of Utah Jazz, and you trade the player that we love so much, and he's an all-star, and I can't root for him as a Utah Jazz fan. So as a fan, it gets a little bit tricky because that's still my player, and I want to celebrate with this guy at the All-Star break, but maybe I can't. But I think that what it does is it makes the teams much more competitive because no longer can you sit back and wait and have the time you could before to think as much as you could. Now you have to make a decision on who your team is, the identity, and do you want to get better now or take the risk now? And I think it's put some teams on the hot seat, and I like seeing teams on the hot seat having to make decisions quickly.
Minnesota leading by 22. Rose passes to Towns. Back to Rose. He dishes it to Towns. Wiggins against Redick, and that one's good. Wiggins.
He has a very well-rounded offensive game. There's just no shortage of ways Wiggins has to punish an opponent, inside, outside, or otherwise.
Kicks it to Redick. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as he keeps working.
Towns, no luck. The 76ers have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Timberwolves.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Karl Anthony Towns.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Here's what Philadelphia is going with right now. Johnson comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's T.J. McConnell in for J.J. Redick. McConnell kicks to Johnson. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered closely. Shot clock at 6. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Now here's Towns. Knocked away. Kicks it out to Jones. Outside Teague. 16 feet away. Good as the jump shot falls. And the Timberwolves lead by 20.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
Here's Johnson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one is on Towns.
You know what? And not a bad foul there. Johnson, an excellent finisher inside.
2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And we're looking at the last ever Prep to Pros draftee. I mean, Amir Johnson taken 56th overall by Detroit in 2005. He's been in the league over a decade now.
And here is Teague. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.